Is swearing a sin? Or could it be sinful to say that swearing is a sin? My name's Gabriel Romo, and this is the topic for today's video. Hang on tight. Have you ever been scolded or shunned for using a swear word? Maybe even by me?
Shame on you, wicked people!
When researching this topic, there is no debate the churches did say it was a sin, and many of them still do to this day. I actually know people who will kick you off their land if you use a four-letter word. People have been fired from their jobs, excommunicated from their families, kicked off properties, fined, jailed, and even threatened with eternal fire in hell for, did I swear? For swearing and not repenting. So, let's take a look at some of the things I found. Down in Louisiana in a Walmart parking lot, Kevin Mitchell used a swear word when telling his son to close the car door so that it wouldn't hit the car parked next to him, which just happened to be a police officer's car, which he just happened to hear. So he called and told all his other police officers. When Kevin Mitchell was done shopping, they were all outside waiting for him. He was arrested. Check it out.
My husband is a great father, and he's been there since day one. He worked very hard. He gets up at 4 o'clock every morning to take care of us. He goes to everything that my kids have, anything that my sons have. He's a great father.
Slidell police sent this statement from the chief stating there was more than enough probable cause to arrest him. He was booked with obscene language. State law says, quote, that means addressing any offensive, derisive, or annoying words to any other person who was lawfully in any street or any public place, end quote.
What? Even an annoying word used in public is an arrestable offense in Louisiana. So what Kevin should have said to his son is, shut the front door. A new study published by researchers from Stanford University involving more than 70,000 people found that people who swear a lot lie less and have higher levels of integrity. In the state of Virginia, it is illegal to use a swear word in public, punishable by a $250 fine, and they will tag a Class 4 misdemeanor on your record. In this next clip, AJ Clemente, one of the most popular news reporters, got fired the first day of work for accidentally swearing on live television with his microphone still on and the camera still rolling. Check it out.
On NBC North Dakota News, your news leader in high definition.
Gay fucking shit.
Good evening, I'm Van Tu. You may have seen our newest report, AJ on NBC North Dakota News, and he'll be joining the weekend news team as my co-anchor.
No, he won't. He was fired that same day. The world famous evangelist, Billy Graham. No, I'm not gonna show you a video of Billy Graham swearing. I didn't find any, you probably didn't. But when Billy Graham found out his good friend, President Nixon, swore, not in public, but in private, Billy Graham said he was in disbelief, hurt, and felt completely betrayed by it. Now, bringing it up to date, before Billy Graham passed away, Billy Graham and his son were the largest evangelical supporters of the current President Trump, who swears more than any of the other presidents in public and on TV.
Out of them.
Yet he is wholeheartedly supported by the church, who condemns their own people and family members as sinners for using swear words. I sense there's some sort of hypocrisy going on here, or maybe something changed and I wasn't invited to the meeting. Something has definitely changed. So, is swearing a sin? Is it no longer a sin? Was it ever a sin? Help me out here. Am I just missing something? Because before, I was taught I couldn't watch a movie even with one swear word in it, because in watching it, I was sinning too. No exceptions. But now, many of the people that taught me that are watching, sharing, and even sending me videos with swear words in them.
I would bomb the son of a to put a you should.
Something has changed. Many of you all come from strict conservative homes, and there's many things you weren't allowed to do, swearing being one of them. But for many people like us, there was more than swear words we weren't allowed to say. The singer-songwriter Katy Perry wasn't allowed to use the word luck or lucky and had to call deviled eggs angeled eggs. For me and many others who grew up in cult-like fundamentalistic environments, it was also crap, dumb, stupid, awesome, because only God is awesome, hate, because you never say hate. Even the word love was prohibited when talking about something other than God or people. Violations were followed by very harsh punishments. Story time! There was this boy from church who was bullying kids in school. So I went to talk to him. I'm like, hey buddy, don't you know that it makes Jesus sad when you hurt people and hurt their feelings. He told me, he's like, you should see some of the other kids in school. They are way worse. What? He's like, they use swear words. And I thought about it. I asked him, I'm like, what do you think hurts Jesus more? When you call a girl ugly and fat and pull her hair, or when you get your homework and you don't like it and you say this is shitty homework? His response was, definitely the swearing. You see, this is what happens when we put man's law above God's law. The pastors back in Jesus' time were upset with him and the disciples for not following man's traditions and their laws. And Jesus was really upset with them for making all these laws because they were conflicting with the laws of God and hindering them from actually helping people, which is what the main laws are about. Another one of the verses used when saying swearing is sinful is Ephesians 4 verse 29, which says, do not use foul or abusive language, but let everything you say be good and helpful. So the bully might think he was being fine as long as he wasn't swearing. In Proverbs 16 verse 2 it says, people may be pure in their own eyes, but the Lord weigheth their spirits. You might think you're fine calling somebody a name as long as you're not swearing. People get really creative with this one, especially my brother Sam. Here's a clip of a Christian cartoon where creative name calling were put in place of swear words. Check it out.
I did not, you taco salad rabbit nose.
It did too, casserole head pimento loaf, iguana boy.
Ha!
I also heard the argument that it is sinful because you're taking a word out of context. For instance, you can say the word ass when talking about a donkey, but you can't say it for anything else. Thus, the act of taking a word out of context is a sin. But Jesus called King Herod a fox. Man's rules aren't always right, and oftentimes conflict with other man-made rules, and sometimes even God's rules. Even in the professional world, man's laws get in the way of common sense and even helping people. Cracked.com did an article about things banned from TV. For instance, the word toilet. You could see toilets on TV for 20 years before you could even say the word. Also for the word pregnant. For over 20 years, you could see a pregnant person on TV, but you could not say the word pregnant. You couldn't say the word breast on TV, even in a doctor ad for cancer awareness. It wasn't until many years after they were already showing breasts on TV that a text-only cancer awareness ad with the word breasts in it could air. Swearing is a form of expression used to communicate and express your thoughts. Any word, no matter what it is, can be used to hurt or help someone. Words themselves are not sinful. It is what we do with those words that can hurt or help people. This one's awesome. Proverbs 18 verse 21 says, life and death are in the power of the tongue, and those that love it will eat its fruit. That tells me two things. One, that our words have the power to bring life and death, and two, that the word love can be used for something other than God or people. So the big question, is swearing a sin, or is it sinful to say that swearing is a sin? Nowhere in the Bible does it say that swearing is a sin. Swearing is not a sin. What is a sin is adding rules to what God already has set in place. I think it's the right thing to do when someone finds out they're wrong, to admit it, apologize, and move on. For many years, I was the swear word Nazi, and I would confront anyone who used a swear word. I was wrong, and following man-made rules, holding everybody else accountable to the same inaccurate, sanctimonious dogma. And to all of you guys, I apologize. I was the one sinning. So in conclusion, your parents, religious leaders, and society can all be wrong, but Jesus said, if you love God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself, all the laws, rules, and commandments are fulfilled in that one verse. Any man-made rule that conflicts with that is wrong and sinful. This gets me thinking, is there anything else out there that is considered sin that isn't, or isn't considered sin that is? If you know of any, comment them down below. So if you loved this video, give it a thumbs up. If you thought it was all bullshit, give it a thumbs down. And if you want to see what topic I tackle next, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.